Hello, my name is Andrew Carpenter. I've been a patient of Mr. Ahmed for several weeks, probably a little bit longer actually.
I met Mr. Carpenter nearly 6 weeks ago. He was really worried. This gentleman been through a lot. He was unfortunately diagnosed with bowel cancer and had an emergency surgery a few months ago and was quite poorly after his big operation. Spent 5 weeks in the hospital, had complications with quite a large wound. So the wound was from top to bottom and he was given a stoma as well. So he was really worried when he came to see me because the cancer had spread to his liver he had some chemotherapy to shrink the liver cancers and the task given to me was to remove those tumors from the liver.
We decided to go ahead with surgical resection and we looked into the option of robotic surgery.
It all came on a bit quick. I wasn't expecting that. Didn't know how serious it was or was it going to be successful, I don't really know. But I think what I did, and my wife would tell you, I just trusted them. I was told originally that they were thinking about robotic keyhole surgery. I hadn't really got a clue what that was about at the time. I just didn't know, but when I came home to see Mr. Ahmed, he did explain what he would do in terms of sending a robot into my body, and that had a bit of a whiz round and had a look. Found all the specs. In fact, they found one, this robot found one that Mr. Ahmed didn't know about.
So we now have, with the help of charity, bought a new ultrasound probe, and that probe we can use with the robot and we can scan the liver a lot better. So we scanned his liver with that new probe and we found one additional tumor that would have been missed definitely if we had not had that probe.
I was put back on the recovery ward the same day. That evening I was out of bed having a walk. And I did on the Thursday and they discharged me on the Friday and I was home by about 1:30 in the afternoon. So it's only 2 days from the surgery and I was back at home. And there was a bit of pain there, but I mean it's only 2 days. But I could tell as each day went on, it was getting better.
He had the surgery on Wednesday and then I went to see him on the ward on Friday to do a post-operative check, which is what we do. And as I went to see him, he'd actually got his bag packed already and was ready to leave the hospital at this point. We then phoned him as a nursing team on, I think it was the Tuesday, and again he was doing very well and there was no problems from that point. So the fact that he'd had the robotic reception and home within a few days is actually really something we should be proud of.
And I met him less than 3 weeks after his surgery and he just looks wonderful. He has gone back to his normal life. He's eating and drinking normally, no abdominal pain and moving around normally and looking forward to his holidays. So this was quite gratifying to see that a person who was benefited by the Da Vinci robot has done so well and we were able to treat him, remove his tumor and give him a good outcome.
Usually when people have an open liver resection, they'll have a scar from here to here and they get staples. When people have the robotic surgery, they just have the smaller cuts to the abdomen.
I still don't get how I can have all that and just be at home after 2 days and eating and having a cup of tea and
eating normally.
You know, yeah, it's a bit sensitive here and there, but it's nothing compared to what I had in when it first started, is it?
That's right.
That this type of surgery or exploration needs to be funded. It really needs as much money and as much equipment as they can get, and it's a great training exercise when it's filmed, and the number of people extra that can benefit from this type of work has got to be good, rather than the 6 weeks in a ward, because you've had open liver surgery. I was home in 2 days. I'd want them to raise enough money to buy as many as they can, because it's got to be worth it. It's not all about me, it's about everybody who's behind me wanting this type of surgery, or if they don't want it, they need it, or they should have it if they've got a chance. And if it means as much money as they can get to buy the equipment to do it, it's got to be the way forward. It really has. Because it can't get any better than this, can it?